The plasma burns across Kithra's chitinous armor had sealed shut hours ago, but the metabolic poison coursing through her hemolymph would finish what the Terran Defense Corps couldn't. She'd crawled into this maintenance shaft beneath New Geneva's industrial sector to die with some semblance of dignity, away from the screaming alarms and search drones. Her species, the Veltar, had always believed death should be faced with eyes open, witnessing the final moment of consciousness. But as the neurotoxin reached her brain stem, Kithra's compound eyes fluttered shut despite her warrior's training. The last thing she registered was the faint vibration of footsteps above. When awareness returned, it came with the alien sensation of linear vision, 2 eyes instead of thousands of hexagonal facets. Kithra tried to flex her combat mandibles, but found only soft flesh where her jaw should be. Panic flooded her nervous system as she attempted to extend her secondary arms, only to discover she possessed merely 2 appendages. She was lying in something impossibly soft, a human sleeping platform. The room around her was small, cluttered with primitive electromagnetic devices and holographic displays showing Terran entertainment feeds. But most shocking of all was her reflection in the polished metal surface of a nearby medical scanner. Human. Completely, unmistakably human. The door slid open, and a man entered carrying a steaming ceramic container. He was tall for his species, with the pale complexion of someone who spent little time under natural starlight. His clothing suggested he was a technician, practical synthetic stained with lubricants and quantum residue. "You're awake," he said, his voice carrying relief rather than the fear she'd expected. "I wasn't sure the consciousness transfer would hold." "Transfer?" The word emerged in perfect Terran standard, though she'd never spoken the language fluently. Even her thoughts felt different, linear, limited to a single stream of awareness instead of the parallel processing her Veltar neural cluster had allowed. The human set down his container and activated a holographic interface. "My name is Marcus Webb. I'm a biotech engineer working in the Undercity. I found you dying in that shaft 3 days ago." He gestured to the scanner readings floating between them. "Your neural patterns were unique. Unlike anything in our xenobiology databases." Kithra struggled to process this information through her suddenly simplified cognition. "You preserved my consciousness." "More than that." Marcus manipulated the display, showing complex quantum matrices. "I transferred it. This body was cloned from cells I harvested from your original form, but modified with human genetics. It was the only way to create a stable neural interface." The implications crashed through her altered mind. She was no longer Veltar. The warrior caste that had defined her existence for 3 decades was gone. Her ability to interface directly with plasma weaponry, her enhanced reflexes, her capacity for parallel tactical analysis, all stripped away. "Why?" she asked, surprised by the raw emotion in her human voice. Marcus hesitated, then pulled up another display showing her original body's scan results. "Because you were dying, and your neural patterns showed something I'd never seen before, genuine remorse. Most of the Veltar we capture are fanatically devoted to your war against humanity. But your engrams showed regret for the civilians caught in your last raid." Kithra remembered. The evacuation center she'd been ordered to destroy had contained mostly children. She'd hesitated, a moment of weakness that had allowed the Defense Corps to surround her. "I violated my programming," she said quietly. "You evolved beyond it." Marcus deactivated the displays. "The question now is, what do you want to do with this second chance?" Through the small window, Kithra could see the sprawling lights of New Geneva's human districts. Somewhere out there, the war between their species continued. But here, in this small room, with her consciousness trapped in the body of her former enemy, everything felt different. For the first time in her existence, whether Veltar or human, she had a choice that wasn't dictated by military protocol or biological imperative. The warrior had died in that shaft. What emerged was something entirely new. She looked at Marcus, this strange human who had shown mercy to his enemy, and nodded. "I want to help stop this war."